What's going on, everybody? It's Faye dating coach Elliott Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about if a man hasn't talked to you in several days. What the heck is going on? What does it mean? What should you do? Okay, so jumping right into this, I have so many clients who come to me, and they're like, I haven't heard from Johnny in 3 days. He was so ecstatic to see me. He was so this, he was so that, or we just got back from our stay together in Las Vegas or whatever. I don't know. Women come to me with all types of shit. And now he's not talking to me. Why? There's two reasons why a guy isn't talking to you, okay? Or I guess there's a lot of reasons, but they all fall under this umbrella. Number one, it is just a lack of attraction. It's a lack of attraction, and that can mean many things. I don't fear losing you. You're not going anywhere. I just don't like you enough. I don't care enough. I'm taking you for granted. Something along those lines. And then the other reason is contextual. It's more pressure. So if you are having a really good time and things are going well and things were progressing and maybe even fast, the context builds up to the point where he feels, if I keep going along with this, it's telling her I'm on the same page as her. Rightfully so. You should assume this. When I'm not. So what do I do? And that pressure, because he has to answer it. And women are like, well, why do guys do this? Why do they do this in the first place then if they know they're not committing? Well, one, they might not know that. A lot of the times, emotionally unavailable men don't know. Like, they're not just looking around to prey and play women. That's not always the case. They do like the woman. They do want to feel that they have changed or that this woman is the one who's going to change them or something like that. And when you both are talking, you're starting with a blank canvas, okay? You're no paint on the canvas, just two people who really like each other. And you just kind of see where it goes. And you do this because you obviously desire the assets that the other person has, whatever that is. Maybe he wants to have sex with you. Maybe it's your amazing personality. You're attractive. You guys get along well. It could be a million things. But to get these things that he desires, there's courtship. And to court, you have to invest resources, time, energy, effort, money, things like that. And so think of that as throwing paint on the canvas. And eventually, over time, and if he does it consistently enough, or just anything, it can be sex, the consistency, the frequency, what he says, the texting, date 10, date 15, date 20, doesn't matter, okay? It is painting the picture of something. Paint is being thrown to that canvas, and he does have to answer what is happening, because I'm sweating in this damn car, because a woman is not just going to let that go. And then it's that pressure itself that makes a man pull away. So to answer the question, what do I do when a guy isn't, I haven't heard from a guy in several days? Well, there's two things you could do. You can be realistic with yourself and say, he doesn't, and this is true for every single situation, he doesn't care enough. He's not going to commit. It doesn't mean he doesn't like you. He just isn't going to commit. And if you allow a guy to do this, or you keep talking to him, or you become hopeful things are going to change, or I don't want to let him go yet, Elliott. Okay, well, that's fine. You don't have to let him go. You're just not, you just don't respect yourself enough. That's fine. So you could just take, you're going to take what Mother Nature is going to give you, or just the universal law. I don't know what to call it, but it's like common sense. Like, well, when a guy isn't talking to me consistently, when he's saying X, Y, Z, and things were going so well, there's a reason why. He better have a damn good reason. But like I always say, a guy who truly likes you doesn't put himself in a position to lose you. Why would he go very strong and then go soft? That's what she said. So, I mean, just those type of things. But women, because they have a like bias, they try to justify it. And then they wonder why. I always say, you're in the situation, unless he's manipulating you. Manipulating you doesn't mean moving fast. It doesn't mean courting you. It doesn't mean kissing you. It doesn't mean trying to have sex. It doesn't mean I like you. It's where he says something along the lines that he's on the same page as you, wants a relationship. Even that might not... Even it's hard, because even if a guy says, I want a relationship, it's realistic for that to change. Hey, you know what? I got to know you. You kind of suck. Or you're kind of stale. You could do the same thing to him. So it's really hard to say what manipulation is, but I think you get a sense of it. Just because you're hurt doesn't mean you're manipulated. But, I always tell women, a lot of the times it's your fault when you do see this, when you see the signs and you continue it. I'm not saying it's always your fault. There are guys who are just pieces of shit out there. We all acknowledge that. But a lot of the times I always say it gets to the point where you desire a man so much that you fear losing him, to the point where you lower your standards to keep him around because you're hopeful, and then you wonder, or he takes advantage of it, and then you wonder why you're in the situation you're in. Ladies, just follow the signs. If it's there, it's there. Don't ignore them. But again, anyway, I'm getting off track. To answer the question, well, what do? You either call him out, right? You can call the dude out. I always say, no matter what, even if he pulls away, you still have intel by calling a dude out. Calling a dude out gives you a lot of intel. It tells you what's going on, and it gets the roadblock out of the way. It's either going to work out or it's not. So you can either call the dude out, or you can just be realistic with it and say, I'm going to pull back a bit. And don't pull back to get him to, like, come back to you. Ladies, that's not how it fucking works. That's not how it works. I don't know what other dating coaches are telling you. But he just comes back for the assets. It doesn't make him realize he loves you and then wants to commit. But you just take, you swallow the fucking truth pill, and you're like, dang, like, I guess he didn't like me as much as he did, and you pull back and you start moving on. Or you call him out on it and see what happens and hear his excuse. And if he follows his excuse with more action and making up for it and apologizing, and it was an actual legit excuse, okay, then keep going. Great, awesome. So, I mean, it's really that simple, ladies. So with that being said, I love you all. Take care and peace.